What do you think the Niners' biggest weakness is heading into week 1 against the Bears, a game that they're 6.5-point favorites to win on the road? Jose.
It has to be offensive line, right? It has to be offensive line. It's hard to think anything else. I mean, look, that's their biggest weakness, but you're playing against the Bears. Like, how much are those weaknesses actually going to get exposed like that? I mean, I think the only thing I can see is probably because that Bears coach Eberflus, whatever his name, Matt Eberflus, defensive guy, Eberflus, whatever, Tuberflus, whatever the hell you want to call his name. He did play against the 49ers with the Colts defense. He was defensive coordinator, so they had like some success, but that was of course against Jimmy Garoppolo. So maybe you see some names. So maybe you see some ways that they can correct themselves from last time with Lance. You can get them more rollouts and try to defeat some of those zone coverages and whatnot. But that's probably like the only thing I can think of is pretty much these offensive line, how that Bears pass rush could probably try to get him. But I don't think they're going to have too much of a worry. You know, maybe there's going to be some moments where Lance running from the life, but I don't think they'll be too much concerned because considering it's the Bears week 1.
Yeah, I look at it, it's the Bears week 1, but the 49ers also struggled against the Bears last season. Sure. And you would think that the Bears are probably going to be a little more sound defense with Eberflus coming over there from the Colts. So it's just, they struggled last year with them, and Justin Fields, looks like he may be a little better considering the preseason. He had 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, quarterback rating of 133.1. I seen a freaking graphic with him and Patrick Mahomes preseason. I was like, all right, that's a little premature, but I think it's going to be more so the 49ers secondary, especially with the absence of Jimmy Ward. I think that could be a weakness because Cole Kmet is expected to be a guy with the Bears offense. And what does Jimmy Ward do so well is shut down tight ends. You have also Mooney over there, who's a decent receiver. I would say better than average. And what do the 49ers have done in the past was struggle against number 1 receivers of the other team. They also do have good running backs with Montgomery and Herbert. Fields, we saw them struggle to contain Fields last season. I think the absence of Jimmy Ward may be the biggest weakness because you figure like head-to-head matchup, 49ers offense should have an advantage of the Bears defense. But if the Bears offense could be that wild card to give the 49ers, little fits on defense, I'm not saying put up 30, 40 points, but if they could make this game closer than what it should be, I think the weakness is going to be the absence of Jimmy Ward at that point.
Okay, I'm going to be specific. You guys both went O-line. Right tackle. I don't even know if it's going to be Mike McGlinchey in this game, but if he is Mike, I mean, he's coming off an injury. He hasn't done much this offseason. If it's not Mike, is Colton McKivitz? Who is it? I don't even know. Jalen Moore? Colton McKivitz?
Probably McKivitz.
Like,
it has to be McKivitz.
I mean, probably. Okay, so you got Colton McKivitz against Robert Quinn. Like, the Bears aren't great, but you good? You good?
No, they're trying to ask me something.
This guy.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I think it's right tackle. I think it's gonna be Colton McKivitz going up against Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn had 18.5 sacks last year. I mean, the Bears aren't great, but they were beating the Niners at halftime last year, and that's just an awful matchup for the 49ers, which could really impact what they do offensively. It could force them to keep Kittle in the block and help out all kind of stuff. So that's huge. And then also, like, what's up with Deebo? He's got a contusion. He didn't practice yesterday. When's he coming back? What shape is he in? He's not like overweight, but he's not in the shape he was in last year when they went to Chicago and he took over.
Is Elijah Mitchell healthy fully?
Yeah. What's up with that? Like, Deebo is so important to this team. He's the reason they beat the Bears last year. What's he going to be like? What is he going to be like week 1? Because last year, week 1, he took over. He was ready to go as soon as the season started. This year, he might need to get into shape. Like, what's he going to be like week 1? That's my question with Deebo. It's important. Bosa's ready to go. Everyone else, So I don't know. That's my question. Otherwise, they should freaking win.
Yeah.
If they lose, name 4 players on the Bears defense right now. Go.
Robert Quinn. They have Eddie Jackson.
Who?
They got Dominique Robinson as a rookie from this year, and Roquan Smith.
Boom. Nice. That's well done. Can you name any more?
Probably,
and their offense isn't exactly much. It's like, the Niners better win this game. Okay.
Yeah, the Niners should definitely smoke them. I guess I was just saying like their offense could be a wild card, like something you don't
doubt.
expect.
I would think
they
this
always
is a
started
game
slow
where
week one.
the Niners can win this game with defense and running. You know, I would
Yeah,
think this would be one of
absolutely.
those games where you just bully them, essentially.
Lions
Bully
week
'em.
one last year.
Yeah.